everybody. It is time, y'all. It is Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. So you know what time it is. It is time for Me Powered with Rhonda, where everything you need is already inside of you. And tonight we've got an incredible show. I've got a fantastic guest for y'all. I am so excited. Wait to see who we've got with us tonight. But before we get started with that, if this is your first time tuning in, we're going to let you know all the different ways that you can tune in live. So, Lady J, let them know how they can tune in.
If this is your first time tuning into the show or to JQLM Radio and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, be sure to tell them to download the JQLM Radio app on their Apple or Android devices. You can also listen live to JQLM Radio 24/7, 365 via Amazon Alexa, TuneIn app, the Stream and Simple Radio app, and a host of other platforms of which you can find located on our website, where you can also listen live at egoentertainmentnet.com. Also, don't forget to follow, like, and share us. We do follow back. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JQLM Radio. You can also connect with Ego Entertainment Network at EgoEntNet. That's EgoEntNet on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also. Also, connect with us on LinkedIn at Ego Entertainment Network. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel, Ego TV Network, at youtube.com/Ego TV Network.
All right. And you can follow me as well on several different platforms. So if you would like to follow me and the show, you can reach me at Facebook. We have a show page, which is at Me Powered. And also you can reach me on my personal page at Rhonda Thompson. On Instagram, everybody knows me as Rhonda T and ATL. And we also have a show page on IG. It is me.powered. So you can follow us there as well. We have a YouTube page. My personal page is Rhonda L. Thompson. And we've got a website that is in the works that is going to be released soon. It is going to be mepowered.co. So get ready for that, because that is going to be ready before you know it. Well, this evening, I am so thrilled and I'm so excited to bring to you my guest. He is my new friend. He is an actor. You guys will recognize him from The Wire. You'll also recognize him from The Wonder Years. And I just found out he's been in a host of other things that I absolutely love. And so tonight, I want to bring on my brand new friend, Mr. Nakia Dillard. Nakia, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
There he is. How are you doing tonight, King?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a blessing to be here.
I am so glad that you are here. And before we get started, whenever I have somebody like you on, or somebody that I've just met, it's been like we've known each other our whole lives, our first conversation, I have to give credit. You tell everybody how we met.
We met through a really good friend of ours, Joey Parham.
Yes.
Joey, the man.
Joey is, I refer to him as my gift, because he has got the connections when it comes to celebrities, entertainers, icons. And I was surprised when you started telling me how long you have known Joey and where you've met him. So share that a little bit, because you're in Philadelphia, and that's where Joey is at, is Philadelphia.
Right. Yeah, Joey and I, we met, had to have been a good, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, way before the pandemic. We met at a function, and he had a radio show. So he interviewed us, and it was good. It was me and a friend of mine from 3 Times Dope. His name is Chuck Nice.
Okay.
So if you guys remember 3 Times Dope, Greatest Man Alive.
Yeah.
Chuck Nice made the beats.
Yeah.
So we were all together, and Joey, he interviewed both of us.
That's awesome. Cool. That's awesome. And Joey is he's the purest soul you'll ever come across in your lifetime. He
Yeah.
really is. And when he is your friend, he is your friend for like real, real. So
Yeah.
thank you, Joey. And I know everybody's like, and I had Joey on the show once before, but I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to bring him on again because I know every week people are like, who in the world is Joey? I constantly hear about Joey, Joey, Joey. Yeah, if you don't got a Joey in your life, y'all need a Joey in your life because that is a true gift. But
Yeah,
thank you so
definitely.
much, Nakia, for being here. And so you're an actor, you're a writer, you're a director. I would dare say you're a philanthropist on a level as well with the things that you do to give back, which we'll get into. But before we get into all of that, just tell everybody a little bit about you as far as your background, where you come from, how you came up, because people may not realize what your background includes. So before we get into all the how wonderful and famous you are now,
Mm.
let's start with the where did it start?
Well, for those that don't know me, my name is Nakia Dillard, and I from Philly. Just it was literally it was a road that it was hard because one, Philly's not an industry town, so the fact that like the mindset was a little tough to uh get by. So when I would say that is, when I first started acting, a lot of people looked at one, I was extremely shy, so they didn't see it in me, but I saw it. I saw it in myself, even when no one saw it. No, when people, uh, when I didn't get roles and things like that. But it started when I was around 14. I took an acting class and fell in love, and it literally changed my life. It just sparked a fire in me that I can't put out. so so just being in Philly and going through all of the theater groups and the theater training that was here, and I started in theater. Then I eventually got into film and commercial and things like that. But I started at a school here in Philly called Freedom Theater,
Mm-hmm.
and I met so many amazing people. Even now, like they're still my friends, and they, few keep me inspired, and so I'm very grateful for that journey. But it was tough, you know what I mean? Because like I said, it's just fighting that mindset of
Mm-hmm.
people that don't see what you see,
Right.
and we're a space where it's not a lot of opportunity.
Right, right. So coming up in that, and I lived in Philly for a little bit too, and Philly is its own culture.
Right.
I'm just gonna say that. But I tell you what, if you got serious talent, oh, it's gonna come out in Philadelphia. It really is
Yeah.
because you don't have a choice for it to otherwise. It's like New York, you're either gonna thrive or you're not. And when I
Exactly.
was there, I was living you'll know where this is. And I can't, I think back now, I'm like, God, I can't believe I lived there. I lived in Broad and Olney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
was in Broad and Olney for a minute. And I tell you what, that's a rough spot to be at for a minute. And
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, now
that's
it's a little
that's a
crazy.
really rough spot. And because I was thinking I was going to go to Temple and I was kind of checking it out. And a friend of mine lived there and I didn't have anywhere to stay. And I stayed there for a minute and it's right there, close to Delaware, New Rochelle, all of that. And Mount area. I was there for a minute. But yeah, Philly is its own culture. It really, really is. And so to come up through there, and you're right, there's like this, you're either going to make it or you're not. And you really got to work for stuff.
Really got to work for it.
You really do.
It's nothing that's just given to you. You have to work hard.
Yeah,
And,
you really do.
yeah, because there's a lot of talent is from here.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of talent starts here, then they go wherever they need to go. But a lot of people have really made it real big, you know.
Hmm.
But a lot of them had to leave, you
Yeah.
know.
So what did you do when you're coming up in an environment that isn't, hey, there's Joey. Hey
Hey,
Joey. Hey,
what's up,
how you doing? Birdman. um, but what did you do? What was your thing that kept you connected or kept you seeing yourself past where you were? Like what did you have to draw from to get through there?
it was just my passion, whereas, some people just did what the bare minimum was. Um, I built a lot of relationships.
Mhm.
So that's the thing that I would say separates me from a lot of different people, because I constantly pushed. I always pushed myself, and I went where I needed to go.
Mhm.
Some people may not sacrifice like I did, but I had to keep it moving. And the thing was, the people that you're around too,
Yeah.
they have to be like-minded. And luckily, I could discern where, if people weren't about that, I just, keep it moving,
Right.
keep moving past all of that, and just keep just keep pushing forward, because the thing is, there's so many people that just try to sink or just plant seeds in you to try to
Mhm.
knock you off your course,
Yep.
not knowing that they're talking fear into your dream.
Mhm.
So you got to still, even when you hear it, you got to ignore it and then still keep pushing forward. And that's what I had to do. I did that a lot and still do, you know.
Okay. Okay. When did you know that you were going to be interested in acting? I know you said you started at Freedom Theater, and I love the fact that you have a theater background. And you and I talked about that on
Right,
our one-on-one, because to me, that's like, and no shade on all the film actors, but that's like that's the real nitty. Like there is no second take when you're in theater. It's and all the greatest actors, whether it's Denzel, whether it's De Niro, whether they all have a theater background and they have returned to theater. And people look over theater a lot, and they're like, oh, I want to be an actor, I want to be on the big screen, I want to do this, but they can't even think to be in theater. And
right,
so how did theater help prepare you, because you did theater first before you did film, correct?
right, right.
So how was that experience beneficial in molding you so that when you got to film, you know how did that play into it?
Well, the beautiful thing about theater is because that's basically the cradle of
Hmm.
acting. That's where you pull from. That's where you can create your whole path of your character, um because you go from page one to the end, so you see all of the levels, the path that your character is going through. Film is more technical, so we may start on the last scene, but you got to know the path of the character. You got to still do your homework. And theater teaches you that. It teaches you to do your homework and make sure you understand the character. Because a lot of times on film, on TV, you just have that day, the
Hmm.
day that you're there, especially if you're like a co-star. So when you get on set, the show may have been going on for seasons. And then when you get on, you still have to jump in the mix and still flow. So it's good to do research, but theater is what can take your energy and your spirit to another level that you may never get a chance to do
Hmm.
on TV, because you get that instant gratification too. If something's funny, because the
Yep.
audience will laugh. If they don't
Hmm.
like you, they'll make
Or if
noise.
you suck, they're gonna let you know.
They'll let you know.
They're gonna boo you off stage,
Yeah,
throw
pull you
stuff
off.
at
Yeah.
you, pull you off stage. It's worse than the Apollo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It could be. Yeah. So, so that's why you got to be up on your game. You got to make sure
Mhm. You
you
forget
sharp.
your lines. It's like ain't nobody bringing you a script. You're just dead
There's
in
no
the
cut.
water.
Yep. There's no cut. No. Let's do that scene again.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, you gotta be on it. So you gotta know it forwards and backwards.
Mhm. Okay. So what was your very first role?
My very okay. My For film or theater.
Okay, touche. All right, so for both for theater and film.
Okay, theater. My very first role was a play called Aesop Bop,
Hmm.
and I actually played a multiple. I played a few characters in that. Uh,
Okay.
One, I think my name was JT or Fresh. It was one of them. But I was rapping, I was dancing, had a ball. Loved that play.
Okay.
Now, let me see. My very first film was called Black on Black, and it was written by a guy named Snake Plissken, Durwood Selby,
Okay.
out of Philly, and that was my first film ever.
Okay.
I don't know if it's anywhere. I don't know if you can look it up, but I'm gonna have to talk to him and see
Yeah.
whatever happened with that. But it's a throwback.
Might be one of those dig in the crates and see where you came from. You know, I found because when I sent you that clip that I sent you of that one play that I was in,
yeah, you did a good job.
Thank you. I found a film that I did. It was a student film where the student was trying to do his first thing. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I mean, the just the lighting, the sound, he had no idea what he was doing. It was almost like a silent movie when it came out. It was called The Rat. And
Oh wow, okay.
and I played Barbara Bellucci. I was this Italian that got involved in this laundering scheme, and
Oh, wow.
but I just watched
Yeah.
that the other day, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so bad." So,
Yeah.
you ever look back at
like,
your stuff and see like how you've grown and stuff like that?
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's and just watching, some of your old footage and things like that. It just, to me, even though like you're looking at it like, oh man, that was crazy. But
Mhm.
if we didn't do that, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Right.
So all of that was a step. All of that took risk.
Mhm.
And it's just about learning.
Mhm.
Every movement is about learning from what you did. All
Yeah.
you can do is better yourself and become better. Some
Absolutely.
people just stay in that mix, like, oh man,
Mhm.
that's like I'm great here, but
Right.
you're always learning. And sometimes people get stuck. So you just gotta stay open. Stay
Mhm.
open to learn.
Yeah, you gotta stretch yourself. You gotta
Exactly.
constantly stretch yourself, and never get stagnant, and everything, unless that's all you want to do. Like you want to have that one stereotypical role that you fit. And a lot of people make a lot of money and do well in it, but that doesn't stretch you so much, to all the different avenues of acting.
That's right.
So you were on The Wire, and I know we're
Mhm.
going to take our first break in a minute, but you were on The Wire, you were on The Wonder Years, and I just found out you were in one of my favorite movies, Split. I'm like, oh my God, when I saw that on your IMDb, I was like, oh, I love that movie, Split.
Yeah,
So
that was fun. That was
I
fun.
was I was just gonna ask you, what was that like? I mean, I
It
would
was
have loved to be on that, just that, because of the lead actor. I mean, he is so phenomenal to be
Yeah,
able to
he
do all
is.
those personalities. And then you're with Bruce Willis, and you're with, you
Mhm.
know, um Samuel
Samuel Jackson.
Jackson. It's like, what
Mhm.
is that like working with them?
Uh, I mean, it was like a dream, just seeing these people, from watching them to working with them
Mhm.
is just a whole nother level of wow, you know. Um, just being on set, and it was right in my hometown, so I was able to, get up and just go to set, which is always a blessing.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to work with M. Night Shyamalan, and he
Mhm.
he was great, real cool dude. Um, it was just a great time. It was a really great time. We shot the scene that I did was we shot that at the Philadelphia Zoo.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was fun. It was cool. Had a chance to walk around the zoo a little bit,
Mhm.
on my break.
That's awesome. I know we got to take our first break, but when we come back, want to get into more like some more of like what you're doing and what you see is missing in the industry, and like kind of like that conversation you and I had before Before
Sure.
we knew it, we were talking for an hour.
Right.
So we're going to come back, but we are talking, you guys, to Mr. Nakia Dillard, the premier actor, and wait to hear all the other stuff this gentleman does. Okay. And I promise you, you have seen this gentleman somewhere on film, someplace. He's in so many things. It's ridiculous. Okay. We'll be coming right back, and we'll talk to you after these messages.
Have you subscribed yet to the free bi-monthly digital interactive Ego magazine? No? Well, head on over to www.egoentertainmentnet.com to subscribe now. This magazine is all about supporting and showcasing excellence in communities everywhere, from music, arts and culture, relationships, education, politics, celebrities, food, and so much more. While you're flipping through the pages, just click on the buttons and social icons and you'll be taken to a whole other world behind the articles and ads. At Ego Entertainment, everyone is a star. There is something in it for everyone. And we hope you are positively impacted by what you see and will continue to support Ego Magazine. Track CBPD by Arulo. The Gallery Event Center and Ego Entertainment Network has teamed up to bring you the #1 all-inclusive VIP Premier Event Package. Get ready to drop mouths open with this one. It includes 6-hour venue rental, unlimited tables and chairs, table and chair covers, chair sashes, table centerpieces, charger plates, projector and screen, 65-inch TV, wireless microphone, surround sound, complimentary drinks, soda, water, beer, or wine. Also, travel to and from event for Ego Entertainment Network, setup and breakdown of equipment, 4 hours of services including recorded media coverage and interviews, audio and video, editing of all data captured with music background, customized graphics B-roll footage of your event, red carpet or step and repeat setup, coordination and interviews on your carpet or step and repeat. You do not want to miss out on this amazing opportunity, and the package is all inclusive for just $3,000. Book now at thegalleryeventcenter.com. That's thegalleryeventcenter.com. You can also contact the Gallery Event Center at 317-534-6399. The VIP Premier Event Package.
Hey there. If you can hear my voice, this is Pamela, host of Hospitality, here to remind you that Ego Entertainment Network has a lot for your business. Listen, honey, you need to get with it. Ego Entertainment offers various services, media coverage, red carpet services, promo interviews on air. They offer meet and greet services, honey, not to mention other event services. You want to get in gear. Ego Entertainment is empowered greatness optimized. We're now booking and spots are going fast. Ego serves the United States and all event types, honey. So if you are opening a business, having a store opening, a restaurant opening, and you want some coverage, Ego Entertainment is the way to go. Call or text 317-886-0296 or go to egoentertainmentnet.com.
All right, we are back. And I want to also let you guys know my new workbook is out. Okay. It is called Whose Eyes Do You See Yourself Through? How to make sense of your life and see more clearly. And this is an interactive workbook because you can actually, write in it and everything. And everybody that knows me knows that I'm a counselor and trauma is my specialty, addiction and all kinds of things. So this is just like being in a session. It helps you look to see how to identify what your core belief is and to change the filter of the world and how you show up in it. So that's available on Amazon now. So go ahead and order that. And that will be awesome. And I am available if you need somebody to speak to or counsel or to, be a keynote speaker. Yeah, contact me. I can do all that good stuff for you. All right. So we've been talking to Mr. Nakia Dillard, actor, writer, director, and he also gives back. I'm gonna say it that way. I'm not gonna give it away yet. He gives back in a big way to his hometown, and we've been talking about different things that how he started and everything. I want to let everybody know now. You were on.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, I was on mute the whole time. Oh my God, y'all didn't even hear me that whole time. Well, I just talked all about my workbook and everything and told you it was available on Amazon. I just realized I was on mute. I'm sorry, guys. But you can find it on Amazon. But I was just saying, we're talking to Nakia Dillard, and we talked a little bit about, your background and how you started and everything. And you do acting, writing, directing, and you do something else that's great with, the community. And we're going to let them know about that. But you were on The Wire, and The Wire is, I would say, a premier show because it's not your typical cop show. And I was listening to some of the, things about why that show was so brilliant. And I did not know, Nakia, that the writer was a police officer of 20 years and then he worked in the school system. I didn't know that another one of the writers actually had experience with all the stuff and what they were writing. It was one of the most realistic shows, cop shows, and it gave the whole foundation of what really is going on. So what was that like? I mean, because that's not your typical Law and Order or anything like that. That had a special something with it.
Yeah, it was a great time. That was 2004 for me. And that was my first SAG job.
Oh, okay.
First SAG job that I ever did. And it was a great experience, working with David Simon and the cast, and it was fun. So it was crazy because it was my first SAG job. What that means is a union job. I thought I was just going in for one episode. I ended up having a recurring role.
That's awesome.
And it stretched throughout the season, the third season, and it just was just amazing to be a part of that, to be a part of history and still making history. It just got abducted. It just got into I think Harvard. I think they're doing a course.
Wow.
On fire there.
Wow.
So it's doing some great things, and it's still keeping people inspired. It's it got a lot of people recognition and that's one thing I loved about The Wire. It brought people on that you may have never heard of before. They just really hired you for your talent.
Yep.
Versus your name and all of that.
Yeah. And I didn't realize until I looked back at something, and is it Michael B. Jordan? Yeah, he's a kid on there. He's a kid on there. He's a grown man now, but he was on that when he was younger. And Idris Elba is on that. And you sent me that picture of you and Idris. I love Idris. And
yeah, he's amazing.
I mean, just to be around an Omar and all those people and yeah, I mean that was that's like royalty right there, all those people and everything. And like you said, to be a part of that's incredible. How did you transition into the Wonder Years? Because that's another show that is like phenomenal. So you're welcome. So how did you get on that iconic show?
Well, it was a lot of auditioning. Like I want to say auditioned for at least 3 or 4 roles before I landed Lucius. And originally my name was Theo. And midway through the season, they changed my name to Lucius.
Okay.
So but yeah, it was when I got that call, oh man, it just blew me away, because it was an iconic show, with Fred Savage, and now it's creating a whole new wave of people that never may have heard of Wonder Years, to make them go back and look, and and the cast is amazing. Everybody on the show is it's like family.
Yeah,
you get on set, so yeah, it just was a great time, and it's really just the fact that it's a family show. We need that.
Mhm.
We need stuff like that right now.
Yeah.
You know, that where the kids as well as the grandparents can all sit in the same room and watch,
Hmm.
like covering their eyes
Right.
and
Right.
stuff like that. So we need more of that. And I had a chance to tell the writer Saladin Patterson that not only am I just just I'm a fan of the show,
Hmm.
and just to be on the show is just amazing. You know, just to be a part of it. So yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah, that's one of those shows that I think I would say probably paved the way for like This Is Us and things like that, because that was there first, and then you started seeing the other shows take off like that. But that was such a great framework, for like you said, everybody in the family could watch it, and that's not heard of a whole lot.
Especially not today.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, it's more about shock value than
Yep,
more
and
of,
ratings and
yeah,
all
more
that stuff.
ratings, and it's not really about the moral input right now.
Right.
So we need shows like this.
Yep. So that's a great segue, because I could sit here and list off all your movies, but my God, you got so many things on your IMDb with what is it, Law Abiding Citizen with Jamie Foxx, with
Yeah.
just every freaking major movie you've been in. And I love the Black Lightning and those scenes that you sent me. Oh my God, it's just, y'all got to look this man up and watch his stuff. You are an incredible
Oh, thank you.
Nakia,
Thank you so much.
incredible actor. So what would you say now is missing in acting today and in plots today? Or what do you think they need to come back to?
I think they need to show more family. You know,
Mhm.
maybe just show more love in a lot of these stories. Even though, a lot of people go through uh a lot of things that make these stories, and some of these stories are true. You
Mhm.
know, like Precious was like a true,
Oh yeah.
based around a true situation, and it's a lot of kids today that's going through so much.
Mhm.
um Even with you telling me about your story,
Mhm.
and how, but look how you look who you are now, and look
Mhm.
how it turned you into this amazing woman that's giving back and helping people, or it could have went the complete different way.
Mhm. Right.
you know but
Well, thank you for that. Thank you.
yeah, sure thing. And I just feel like, right now we just need more stories that can kind of uplift and show people a different way to give that magic back.
Mhm.
you know because everybody, I mean, some people are going through it. They
Yeah.
really going through it right now.
Yeah.
And through the arts, and that's why I'm a big advocate of the arts, because
Mhm.
it teaches empathy, it teaches
Mhm.
self-esteem. Like for me, it told me, it gave me a voice where I didn't have one.
Right.
It kept me out the streets. As a teenager, I was always in a rehearsal,
Mhm.
practicing, doing some dance or doing something.
Mhm.
But it just kept me busy and creative. And that's what I think, like, a lot of these kids are looking for things like that.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And with what they're going through too, especially if you get into acting, it's a way to release those feelings and to, you know, grow on stage, because you learn all that. You learn discipline, and you learn family, and you learn structure, and everything. So it's really, really good. The performing arts is just, it's such a needed thing. It really is.
So true. And the fact that they're taking it out of the schools, and they're not giving kids a place to express themselves. They have to bottle it up, and then
Mhm.
they bottle it up more at home, and they can't they can't talk to their family. But theater was always a space where you could,
Mhm.
just release in a way. And for me, it gave me a space where, like I said, it helped me find my voice. It showed me that I'm enough.
Mhm.
And that's the main thing. A lot of like through social media and things like that, people go to far lengths just to get a like, just
Yeah.
for you to click that like button, and that's all they want. It's just some.
Mhm. And it's not even a real like. A lot of times it's just a perceived like, and they're basing it off of the wrong thing, and they think that that's the key to their happiness, and they're really crying out for somebody to see them and to
Right.
notice them and be like, hey, I'm here. And a lot of people put up all these fake things to appear like they're got all this stuff going on when really they just want that connection.
Right.
They just want someone to connect to. And you and
Mhm.
I were talking about kindness, and I want you to tell everybody what you do in the community, about your program and what you offer to kids and adults.
Well, I have an acting school, and we started age 7 through adult,
Mhm.
and I help find opportunities for actors in the city. I've helped so many people get their feet wet in the industry, whether it's just being an extra or even having lines. Um, One of my 11-year-olds, he just booked a voiceover. They paid him
Nice.
a lot of, like, a substantial amount of money,
Okay.
and I have a 67-year-old actor who just he works all the time. They always need a grandparent or
Mhm.
somebody, you know. So it's been a blessing just to show them where the water is, and because I have an acting school, a lot of people reach out to me because it's not a lot of schools like that. One that works with kids,
Mhm.
don't have that many adults or whatever it is. They may just have teenagers or, but they come to me all the time, different producers, and I just had some kids working in Atlanta, and
Nice.
and we're virtual now, so you could be anywhere and take an acting class.
Mhm.
So I have people in Texas, Mississippi,
Nice.
North Carolina, they all over the place.
That is so great because, and what I love about your school is, here in Atlanta, they got so many acting schools
Uh,
that shouldn't be. I'm just going to say it like that because they're not teaching people. Like I told you the one question I always ask people,
uh-huh.
and do they even know who, Stanislavski is? And then you said, when we were talking, you mentioned Stanislavski. I was like, wow, okay, this is awesome because there's, I mean, no shade to people that they're extras and that's what they do and stuff like that. But compared to somebody like you, who's got, I don't even know, how many movies do you have on your, I didn't even count them. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's over 100.
Yeah. I
Over
mean,
100 films and different projects that I've, been a part of. And like what you said, I always tell people, do your research on your teachers.
mhm,
Just because somebody start a school or even open a store,
mhm,
it don't mean that they really know what they're doing, So I say just always do your research, even on auditions. Research the audition. Research the people that's directing it, producing it. That's what IMDb is for. So
yeah.
you can do your research. Because trust me, they're doing the research on you too.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I love about you, like looking at all your credits, you've got like mega movies. You don't have all these things that you've never heard before that are like my little the rat that no ain't nobody heard or saw. Horrible directing, horrible, but it was a student film. It was free, and you do all that stuff to get experience. And like you said, it plays a part. But all your movies, you got your Jamie Foxxes, you've got your, Bruce Willis, like major films that you have been in. So,
Mm,
yeah, guys, this is the real deal here. If you want to get your kids involved with somebody that has their hands and can touch so many different things,
yeah,
definitely join up for that school. And I love that you do it virtually
thank
as
you.
well, because that now you can reach so many other people that may not be able to get there, you know?
Right, right. Yeah, and it's been a true blessing, just to be able to help. And yeah, so I find opportunities for actors to make different ways of money because we all have talent, you
Mhm.
know, and it's you could might do hair, you might do, cook. You might can cook real good. It's always an opportunity that you might could be a part of something, so utilize all of your gifts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to take our second break already. This hour flies by. It's already 40 after.
Wow.
So we're going to take our second break. I'm going to redo my workbook because nobody heard me because I didn't realize I was on mute. But we're talking to Nakia Dillard. And when we come back, we're going to find out what he's doing, how to get in touch with him. And I'm going to ask him to give you all some special advice. So don't go anywhere. We're talking to Mr. Nakia Dillard. We'll be right back.
Ego Entertainment Network's JQLM radio division is now accepting new radio hosts or syndicated radio shows and podcasts. Join a winning team with 46,000 to 70,000 listeners per month in 65 plus countries. All-inclusive packages, major podcast distribution, and major event opportunities and more. Do not miss out on this opportunity. If you want to start your own show or have a show already and you would like to syndicate, contact Ego Entertainment now at egoentertainmentnet.com. That's egoentertainmentnet.com. Did you know JQLM Radio provides media services like voiceovers, radio advertising, video flyers, and other audio and video services? Contact JQLM Radio today for your brand promotional needs at 317-886-0296 or email jqlmradio@gmail.com. JQLM Radio, real voices, raw entertainment, and relevant topics.
Track What You Did by CXNST on SoundCloud.com/Official Lopez. Music promoted by FreestockMusic.com.
Sharbria Shine's Single Woman Chronicles is going on tour. Maryville, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis, Indiana are in for a real treat. You do not want to miss this stage play of a young woman obsessed with love and marriage. The live stage play will take place in Maryville, Indiana on August 27th at the Living Hope Church at 2 o'clock p.m. In Indianapolis, Indiana on September the 10th at the Schrott Center for the Arts at Butler University at 7 p.m. And in Fort Wayne, Indiana on September the 24th at the Arts United Center at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at swcthestageplay.com. That's swcthestageplay.com. Make it a date night or a girls' night out and be there. Sharbria Shine's Single Woman Chronicles. Music, I Wanna Feel by Alexi Action on Pixabay.com. You asked, Ego delivered. Ego Entertainment Network presents Ego Entertainment Group, serving the United States. For independent music artists and actors, services include branding and marketing, management services, publicist services, and distribution. Contact Ego today at 331-465-4279 or at egoentertainmentnet.com. Activate your ego today. Music, Bounce by Coma Media on Pixabay.com.
All right, we are back, and I know you all didn't hear it last time because I was on mute, but my workbook is available. Whose eyes do you see yourself through? How to make sense of your life and see more clearly. It's an interactive workbook available on Amazon right now. It's just like being in a counseling session with me. We're talking to Nakia Dillard, and we're having a great time. Joey is saying he's loving the interview, Nakia.
Nice.
That is wonderful. Joey is watching, and he's going to be sharing and everything. Before we went to break, you were telling everybody about your acting school, and in that last commercial, here at JQLM, we also have a new thing where we are helping to brand actors. So I'm excited to be an affiliate with you now. So everybody, if you are interested in serious acting lessons, you can actually contact me and I can connect you to Mr. Nakia as well, because we've got a collaboration going on now. So not only can we help brand you and market you, but we can actually get you trained, and we can do the red carpet services, all that good stuff too. So this is a great collaboration that has been birthed from this show tonight. Yes. And so tell everybody how they can reach you. your social media? How do they get to your acting school and everything like that?
Sure. You can reach me on Instagram or Facebook. My name is Nakia Dillard. So you just click that and I'll pop up. Or you can see what we've been up to on my I Can Acts page, which is AIKANACTS. But also, if you follow Rhonda, she has a link for you all. So you can you can jump into classes through her. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much how you get me.
Oh, awesome. Now, what do you got coming up? What's on the horizon? What things are you working on?
In November, I have an episode of BMF that's coming out.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's one of the big things that's happening
Okay.
now. And then Wonder Years just started back up, so you'll probably see Lucius.
Lucius, all right. And then we're not talking about the Lucius from Empire. We're talking about the Lucius from Wonder Years. Okay,
Yeah.
it's two different
Lucius
Luciuses.
Right, Lucius Clemens.
Now, for those people that are trying to get into acting, or maybe they're with somebody and they're just not getting the results that they want, what advice would you give to them? Like, how does somebody tell if they have a quality type connection or manager or agent, or do they even need an agent, Nakia?
I mean, it helps. It definitely helps. But you see, the agent is there to sell you. So you have to have things for them to sell, to get them to that next level. So you need to be working on yourself, working on your career. You can't, just because you have an agent, don't just kick your feet up and say, "Oh, I got an agent, let them work." But if you're not giving them anything, it's pointless. So you have to have stuff for them to sell. So yeah, so if it's a thing where you're not booking and it could be a list of things. It could be your headshot, because your headshot is your calling card, and it's really junk mail for real. If it don't serve a purpose, if it's just like a glamour shot, you gotta look like you gotta be a character in your pictures. When I look at it, it should say, "Oh, this person can play a father. This person can play a store owner, whatever it is." So you have to know, what are you selling in your photos and in your pictures.
Okay. And what tips would you give? Because auditions are the way you get parts.
Right.
So what audition tips, like what would they need to be ready for?
Well, everything is virtual now. So you're going to have to know how to follow directions with self-tape auditions. And then because we're virtual, you're always on camera, so you get a chance to see yourself all the time. And just doing that, and trusting yourself, trusting your instinct. And that's the main thing with auditions. All you can do is what you can do. So you're not going to get everything,
right?
But long as you give a good performance every time, you never know who's in that room that's looking at your video that may keep your video and say, "You know what? We may not have nothing for him here, but we'll keep his video for something else, or his headshot, or whatever it is." And you have to invest in yourself too. That's the other part.
Yeah. So when you're submitting your video, your audition and stuff like that, like give me, okay, I just sent you that little clip of me just for the heck of it. Okay. What kind of feedback, like, what are you looking for? Like, how can you tell if somebody has something, or if they don't have something, or they have potential? Like, what do you look like? If that were my audition to you, what would be your response back to me? Would that have caught your attention? Would it not have caught your attention? Like, what would that say?
Well, the video that you sent me was good. I liked your energy in it. I liked everybody that was in that scene. They did a good job. It just would have to be something that I can feel. And that's what you want. If you can feel it, they'll feel it. But you have to know, you have to have a purpose of what your character is doing. You have to make a choice. So, but it's up to you. You got to figure that out. So yeah, so that's what I would say. I mean, you did a great job. Your focus was good. Everybody's intentions were good. So I could see every individual character in that video that you sent me.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Oh, shoot, I might have to send you something for real then. Um, that was a play that we did a long time ago by Theo. Theo was the one who did it. It's called Our Real Men Hurt. It was about 10 men and all the different scenarios they were going through. And of course, my leading man was the gentleman that he was and just came out of prison. So that was his reality and coming home to his family. So, and that brings up a topic, and I know we're going to be winding down in a second here, but especially about character development. When you mentioned research a lot, how important is it, Nakia, to bring a character to life? And how does somebody do that? Is it by memorizing lines?
It's a mixture of all of that. I mean, because you have to say the words that the writer gave you, but you have to personalize it to make sure that, that you believe the words and know where they're going with the words, So everything is there for you in the script, but you just have to find it to make it make sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on the character, you just got to do some research. Why are they saying these words at this particular moment? So you just have to understand that and look and do your research for yourself so that it's not coming from just out the air.
Okay. All right. And I always do this at the end here when we have just a few minutes left. That person that doesn't know what they want to do, that may think they like acting, or maybe they just need a means of expression and they have nowhere to go. But they've got a lot to work through and a lot that they want to do. What would you say to that person?
I would say listen to that voice, that spirit in you that makes you happy, that drives you. For me, I was a cartoonist, so I always drew, and that was like my form of expression. And when I started taking acting classes, it just kind of it just sparked a fire in me that I love every aspect of this. So you just have to find that fire, whatever makes you excited. I would say definitely chase after that, especially if it's positive, positive road of creation, but like I said, just trust your gut, trust your soul, trust that feeling of, man, if I can only try that. And the thing is, it's not going to be easy. Every day is a learning experience for me. But you got to keep pushing. You got to push through whatever it is that you're going through, because your environment, your circumstances is always going to be there, always. But you never know when you take that step of faith, what's on the other side of that yes. Just saying yes. Like, you don't have to know everything. You can learn on the way. That's what our classes are for. I have a bunch of actors, producers that come in and speak to the students. Like I just had Anwan Glover, who plays Slim Charles on The Wire. He just came through and spoke to the students. So I bring different actors through. Chris Amuel from Black Lightning, he came through. Trey Chaney, who plays Poot, and he's also on. He works all the time. He just was on We Own the City. So different people, I bring different people through to keep them inspired so they can ask questions.
Right.
I even bring the Screen Actors Guild through the class so they can ask about the union.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So you're giving them all around experience, and you're exposing them to everything that they're going to need to be aware of. And that also too is a difference in your acting school versus a lot of other acting schools, is you're actually engaging them and enmeshing them in the industry before they're even in the industry, like making those relationships and and finding those gifts and fine tuning them. And I love that you're there for them, because I know, with how you came, you didn't have a lot of people supporting you, and it's important to be kind. It's important to, support your child's dream, even if you don't believe in it, then just let them see what they can do, because you never know what's inside of them. All right, I know we're gonna wrap up in like less than 5 minutes. What's your dream role that you have yet to do, Nakia?
My dream role. I would love to play Marcus Garvey. I would love to play him. I would love to play. It's still on the table, but I may be playing Les Brown.
Oh,
yeah. So it's it's still in the mix.
Okay. Well, that would be
we have
awesome.
a trailer out. We have a trailer out with the film, but we're just trying to work out everything.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I have enjoyed you being here, and this is exciting. That people can come to your school and stuff, and I'll be promoting it. And we'll have a little commercial coming up soon with all the information and stuff like that. But we have got this connection created for you all. And utilize it. Okay. Next week I've got an incredible guest as well. His name is Lou Paradise, and we go back a long ways, 20 some years, and we just happen to reconnect again. And he is a self-made businessman, entrepreneur, spiritual. It's incredible. And where we're going with that is going to be incredible. So make sure you guys tune in next week as well. But thank you, Nakia, for being my guest tonight. And I'm so glad that we're friends. And thank you, Joey, once again, for yet another friend in my life that I feel like I know my whole life. But thank you, guys. You've been watching Me Powered with Rhonda. And remember that everything you need is already inside of you. All you got to do is tap into it. Stir that thing up, and enhance those gifts that are already there. Get your kid to this school. I'm telling you, it'll be awesome. All right. You never know what you got on your hands. But thank you, guys. Have a great night. And thank you so much, Nakia, for coming this evening.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye, everybody.